Hello, ladies. What beautiful faces. I really got like the best freaking group here. I'm not just saying that, I really did.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
did. I did. Look at you guys. Like freaking awesome. Like
Right
crushing.
back at
We
you.
have like 50% fall off by now. Nope. We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it.
No way.
No, I'm telling you, you guys look freaking amazing.
I have to say something. I am actually starving this week. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I
The-
will tell you a couple things, and we're gonna talk about fiber and fats tonight. That's week
Yeah.
5. But I'll tell you something, Nancy, and this is the truth. And because unless you're starving yourself, which I don't think you would do anyways, that is your metabolism working.
Okay.
That is actually a really good thing. You know, like when you stop feeling hungrier, and that's a really good thing. Unless, like I said, unless you're just not eating and you're not paying attention to it and all that, that's a different story. People are like, I just not gonna eat, I'm gonna lose weight. That's like not the right thing to do because it's never gonna like it's just not gonna work in long term. Um, but when you start feeling that hunger in the morning or the hunger here and there, that's your metabolism starting to kick in and be like, I'm working, she's working me, she's building me up the right way. Like that's a really, really good thing. Hi, Alicia. Um, so
Hello.
with that said, I do want to talk a little bit more about that though, because I want to make sure you're not starving all the time. Oh, you guys there? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
good. All right. So, um, I just was saying, Alicia, that this is like the one of the best groups I've ever had. Like everybody is like just about everybody, like really like dead on. Check-ins are
That's
being
awesome.
done. Oh, really, it's great. Um, so I thank you. I appreciate it because it makes my job more exciting. The check-ins are really exciting to me, so don't ever think you're bothering me because to me, that's the way I can really connect with you week to week when I can go through them and I can really see. I look through stuff, but when I can see it like on paper and written down, and then if you're telling me like what your struggles are or what your wins are, whatever, like that to me is huge. And also, I've said this from day one. If you're doing your check-in to me, typically, even if you didn't have a great week, that means you're still in it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when I start losing people is when I know like the check-ins aren't really being done or things like that. So I don't want to lose you. We're almost at the halfway mark. You guys are doing amazing. Before we start, I want to know each one of you. I'm going to call you out tonight. Give me one win from your week. Can you give me like just one quick win? I'll start with Michelle.
Heavier weights.
Oh, that's a good one. Lisa Johnson.
I guess the same. Yeah.
Wow, that's one of my favorites. Can live for me. Janelle, she learned how to get off mute. See? You're on mute. All right, we'll come back to you. Kathy McDonald.
You're on
Work
mute
base.
too? Oh, there
No,
you
I had, but it was blocked. At work, a parent donated all these treats and snacks and all this stuff, and all I took was a seltzer water.
Oh, good for
go.
you. That's a
Wow.
Good
huge
job.
win. I have a one-on-one nutrition client who just left me. She's one-on-one. She's not in this group, but she said her thing was her sister left her on very meanly a big bag of candy corn, which I think is the most disgusting candy that's ever come across the country. But
Oh, I love it.
she's infatuated with them. And she's like, I threw the whole thing in the trash. She goes, and I didn't just throw it in the trash. I emptied it up and stuck it all at the bottom so I couldn't go back in and get it.
Wow.
I'm like, well, at least she's honest.
That's a big deal.
Alicia,
Me?
yep,
Oh, movement. Um, just yeah, just movement in general.
I love that. Lisa Cheney,
I'm getting my protein up, which is a little bit harder being vegan, but Like this week, I actually planned it all out and I have all gold bars, so I'm really happy about that.
That's awesome. I love seeing gold bars. I feel like Willy Wonka. Nancy?
Um, I'm hitting my fiber now. I wasn't before, but now I'm like hitting it every day.
That's awesome. I could see it in your face, Nancy.
What?
You're looking more chiseled.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, I can
definitely.
honestly see it.
I'm almost there. I got a few more
No,
just
you
around
look,
the corner.
you guys all doing great. You look great. Janelle's still trying. There you go, Janelle. You're
Am
up.
I on? Okay, sorry. You know what? I'm on my phone, so
I
can you
know
hear me
it's
now?
hard.
Okay. So it's tricky on the phone. Like I'm fine on the computer, but so thank you for your patience, everyone. So I would say for me, I'm trying to like figure out the carbs thing. So like the carbs and the fats. I feel like I have the protein under control, but the other two not so much. So I feel like I'm starting to get to know that a little bit better. So
That's wonderful. And we're gonna really delve into a little bit about fat tonight. So fat and fiber. So they're actually amazing tools, and I think we're ready for them. I think it's hard to get into those at the beginning anyway. So the fact that you can get your calories and protein in check is huge. Patty,
I don't no, I don't remember that, that
I
one
know
from last
one,
week. I know I can't remember what it was, so I can't say
85.
that. Oh, okay. I'm working on bench pressing and something else. One of them I got my personal record of 85. I think that was benching.
Wow,
Yeah,
Excellent.
benching. So I only did one, but I did it.
that's
Oh,
awesome.
Excellent.
Patty, don't give that information away.
Yeah.
No one needs to know that part. You benched 85 pounds.
I,
That's all that matters.
Right.
And listen, that's how you do it. You bench one. That's
I started lower and then we worked our way up and I was getting tired, so it was one, but
super,
it was
super,
one.
super amazing. I'm
Patty,
really,
if I can
I was-
tell you, can I tell you a funny story? I think that's awesome. I went to the gym the other day, not realizing that the bar itself is 45 pounds. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go in, I'll add 10 pounds on each side, whatever. So I added the 10 pounds, not realizing 45, 55. I'm trying to lift 65 pounds. And I was laughing so hard at myself. I almost like took the bar. I'm like, so the fact that you did one at 85 is
Right.
amazing. So,
Yeah.
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 It's
And
funny.
girl, when you get up there, make sure you have a spotter.
Yeah. It's
No.
funny because I go to a trainer a couple days a week and I was doing a leg press. So I've done it before, but she put me on the machine and I couldn't push the plate. And I was like, what's wrong with me? There's something wrong here. And then she realized that the weight was from her
The
prior
weight, yeah.
client. So I was like, okay, I thought there was an issue with me because I've done this before, this exercise. And then I'm like, I think you were trying to kill me.
No, that's pretty awesome. I'll tell you a really quick story. A couple of years ago, I went to Mexico with Billy, and same thing. Alicia, I thought it was the same bar that I had, and I should
Me
know
too.
better. I've been doing this, and I
Yeah.
didn't put like way more than 10 on each side.
Yeah,
Um,
sure.
I can bench okay, but you have to have a spotter, right? Like I don't remember what
Right.
it was, but all I know is I got stuck. I literally got stuck. It was not
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah.
If Billy didn't walk in the gym, he doesn't. My husband doesn't go to the gym. He was literally coming to tell me he was going to breakfast.
Yeah.
Was never ever going to work out ever. Um, and I'm like, as soon as I put it down, it got stuck on my chest. So I could have
Scary.
like,
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it was I don't know, they were like different than I've ever seen. But anyways, blah blah blah. So
That's
please,
exactly what I did. I didn't realize I was 45.
Me either. I
you're
didn't know that.
lucky you got it off you because it's very I see stuff all the
Yeah,
time.
it was scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, great job, you guys. I'm really, really super like I love this stuff. Makes me so happy. And I hope it makes you feel happy because that's more important to me that you feel good about it. So, any questions before I lead into a really quick fiber fat update and just kind of like go over it a little bit and tell you why it's so important, why I do want you to start hitting it. I know at the beginning I said focus on calories and protein, but I do want you to start hitting your fat and fibers. But any questions before I do that? You guys don't worry about being off and on mute. Just I think we're all respectful. Just say it. Unless you have something in the background that's really loud, don't worry about it.
I do have a question. So
Mhm.
I have some like leftover chicken soup,
Mhm.
so I was gonna have that for dinner. But now, like, how am I going to track that. Like, should I divide it for like the broth, right? And then just take the chicken out. Like, how am I gonna really
You already
track
made
it?
it?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't take the chicken out.
Well, how am I gonna track my
You
protein?
should have
Because
done it
I'm
before when you made it. You should always do it as a meal and
right,
then
but
kind of split it up. If I were you, I would just do the best you can with
yeah,
chicken
because
soup. Or just
yeah,
put all the ingredients into MyFitnessPal and just guess that it's like two of the servings that you made.
okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't start dissecting your soup.
I'm like, how? I'm looking at my numbers. I'm like, I have what do I have left for protein, carbs, and
Yeah.
fat? And yeah,
I mean, in a
okay.
perfect world, you want to do it ahead and but it's soup. I mean, no.
I just want to get my protein in. I really want to
Yeah,
get that in.
yeah, I know, I get that, but I just wouldn't, oh, Lane's calling me, sorry.
Hi, Elaine.
So I I wouldn't worry about it. I would do the best you can.
All right.
Did you make the soup?
Mhm.
So do you know what you used?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just put in how many servings you think, whatever you put in it, and then divide it by servings and just kind of estimate it that way.
It was just more the chicken that I was, thinking that I would just take the chicken out and weigh it, but it's already
You can't
cooked.
weigh it now
So,
though. It's already cooked and
right.
it's
Exactly.
saturated in water or
Yeah.
broth. So
Okay.
you can tell by chicken though. Remember I gave you guys the guide
Mm-hmm.
last week, so you should be able to
All right.
tell.
I'll just do it that way. Okay.
I wouldn't take it out though. Just enjoy it.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Just holler them out. Okay. So we talked a little bit about like fiber, fats, and trying to hit, I think Janelle was saying, like trying to hit, making sure we now get into the fat and the carbs. Listen, it can't stress you out every day. What's really important though is that you're getting that minimum 25 grams of fiber in. If I can teach you anything, it's to get your protein and your fiber in because your fiber is huge for digestion, satiety, your hormones, energy balance, so is your fats. So, you want to make sure you're not always eating less, like you're eating better, right? So nutrient dense, satisfying foods, but you definitely want to make sure you're getting in those fats, and those fibers. So you guys all are tracking your fiber now, right? Yep, that's gonna be your test this week, and I'm gonna give prizes for it. I want to know what you have for fiber. Um, I'll post this too, but I want to know what you have for fiber starting today. Well, we'll start tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, all the way through next Wednesday when I see you, I want to know what your fiber was for 7 days. And you don't win a prize because because you didn't hit it. You win a prize because you know what it was and you're aware of it. You know what I mean? So in the other prizes that you're gonna have amazing digestion, you're gonna feel full, you're gonna feel satisfied, and the next morning you're gonna have those little hunger cues like Nancy had.
I'm always hungry.
And I am too,
Me
Nancy.
too.
Sometimes I'm just mentally hungry, but
Yeah.
if you are always hungry, guys, and you feel like you're eating your food, make sure you're drinking enough water and you're getting enough fiber in. So,
I
but
know I asked you this. Oh, I'm sorry.
that's okay. What were we gonna say?
I know I asked you this before, but I ran into it again this morning. You track something. I track my breakfast ahead of time, right? I eat the same breakfast all the time. For some reason this morning, 3/4 of the way, the last quarter, I was like, oh, I just can't eat this anymore. I'm stuffed. I waited a little while and then I finished it. But like you track it, you can't eat it. You
Just take it
just,
off.
it's your
That's what-
protein.
Just adjust your numbers.
Yeah. All
You
right.
might have to make up for it later. Listen, we're looking for better, not perfect.
Right. Okay.
If anybody's perfect, then that's great. I am certainly not perfect. I mean, I've had dealing with this hand issue. It makes me sick to my stomach sometimes. I don't even want to eat protein. Like I'm not on my schedule, but you know what? I'm doing the best I can.
Right.
So
And like you said, you can make up for it later when you're hungry.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you're hungry, I mean, all I can say is if you didn't hit it in the morning, I mean, obviously in a perfect world, I'd like you to go between 35 and 40 grams per meal. But as a vegan, maybe a little less for you, Lisa. But I do think if you could get to 30 or 40 grams per meal, you're gonna actually sail through your protein. Um, but there's gonna be days where you're at 80. And there's also gonna be days where you're at 160.
Right. Okay.
I don't want you to have a rule of thumb that you're thinking that every day you can do that. Don't get me wrong. You want good habits daily, but we're not perfect. So just do the best that you can. Definitely. So fiber, right? That's like the indigestible parts of plants food. You find it in like fruits, vegetables, grains, legumes, seeds, and it goes through your digestive system, like mostly intact, okay? That is why it helps your digestion and blood sugar, unlike other things that don't do that. So that is huge. That is forming a foundation for your whole system that is helping you digest everything. So like that is so important. A lot of people, you feel like you're hungry or you're like, well, I'm hungry, but I had 2,000 calories already and it's 3 o'clock, and it's like you're hungry. And then you realize what you ate was like crap. It was no fiber in it at all. And so you're not really satisfied. So you do want to make sure. There are different kinds of fiber. I don't think you need to know all of it, but there's like soluble fiber that dissolves in water, and then there's like insoluble fiber, which helps you with your stool. Let's put it that way. But the benefits definitely you're improving, like you're making like I said about being hungry, you're less hungry, you're supporting your gut health. Um, Blood sugar is huge. It stabilizes your blood sugar, and that's not just for diabetics. And then I don't know if any of you have cholesterol issues, but it really is shown to aid in your cholesterol. So you want to make sure about that. And then obviously by doing that, it would obviously support weight loss and your metabolic health. But so aim for 25 to 35 grams per day, and you want to do it gradual. So if you are looking at your MyFitnessPal and you're like, oh shit, I have 12 grams of protein for the last 3 weeks. Don't tomorrow go to 35 grams like for the next 3 weeks. Maybe go to 15 to 18 to 25, trying to go gradually. Because I will tell you one thing that will happen if you just decide you're going to hit 30 or 40 grams of protein every day, you're going to have a little bit of a digestive issue.
You're saying you mean fiber, not protein, right?
Fiber.
Yeah.
Yep. This is all about fiber.
Okay.
Fat and fiber. Fat and fiber. Sorry, Nance.
It's okay.
Yeah, fat and fiber. So those all things. There are some similar benefits to protein, but it's completely different. And protein is also a macronutrient. Fiber is not, and it doesn't have calories, but it does have. You know what? You can always kind of guess like with what foods have fiber. Usually they have like a lot of them have like skin on them, like apples and things like that. But really important. Like I eat an apple every single day, almost. I didn't have one today, actually. Um, I love them because no one's getting in the closet eating apples, Alicia.
That's
But they have
correct.
so
I
many.
was
I
thinking.
eat an apple every day, but I feel like they're like I'm eating so many carbs. Like sometimes I'm like, oh crap, I have to cut back.
You have to balance it. So you are not going to worry about the 25 carbs in your apple.
I shouldn't worry about that.
I'm not going to go through it all.
I'm tracking it. I'm tracking it.
I'm not going to go through it all right now, but you have the carbs for it, Nancy. If you're hitting your protein, you'll figure out the carbs from there, right? So if you already planned your protein ahead, you can have an apple. Let me tell you something. If people can fit their alcohol in their day, they can fit an apple in their day, right? If they can fit in the cup of chips that they took out of the cabinet, they can fit an apple. If they can fit in the French fries they're taking off their husband's plate or their wife's plate or they can fit. It's not really that much. I would prefer to eat my carbs from fruit and vegetables.
That's what I usually do. Yeah.
Of course, I would really love in the Rhapsody barbecue chips. I'm not gonna lie, they're freaking amazing. But it's probably not really where I want to get my carbs from every day. I'm gonna feel like shit. But I do know what you mean, Nancy. But if you plan your protein, you'll have room for the rest of the stuff. You're doing it. I don't want you have maybe not can't have 4 apples a day, but
No, I'm just saying like every time if I eat a vegetable, I'm like broccoli, I'm like, oh my God, there's so many carbs in it. And if I'm like at the,
Broccoli is actually pretty low on carb. If
is
you
it?
have a cup of broccoli, it's like really not that much. I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. I don't want you to overdo it. I'm not Weight Watchers. I can't stand when they say stuff is unlimited. Like you can just eat all you want of the chicken and the eggs. I'm sorry, but that's fine. But I really wouldn't worry about green vegetables, like stuff, those kind of vegetables, the non-starchy vegetables. I
Like
really wouldn't
spinach
worry.
or broccoli,
Yeah,
Yeah, like just so like,
lettuce.
yeah, green beans, all that
yeah,
stuff.
I wouldn't worry about it. Actually, when you get to the point where you're
Okay.
not comfortable, I don't even care if you count it. Right now,
Okay.
you're on a journey with me, so I prefer you to count it just so you're in the habit of knowing kind of what you should be eating and how much you should be eating. But down the road, do you think it really, let's be honest, right? Like I go away for the weekend. I'm with the girls. I'm eating broccoli all weekend. I'm picking up broccoli. They're all eating their chips and salsa. I'm picking up broccoli. Well, on Monday morning, I'm going to actually have a stomach ache and a lot of gas. But am I really going to gain what I would have gained if I
Probably
ate the
not.
chips and the salsa and the. So there's like a bag of lettuce like this, like, those like bags. I think there's like 10 calories in it.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
bulk up on stuff like that. But yeah, I do know what you mean. But if you can get your protein in first, you don't have to worry about it. Plus, you're not going to eat that much. I know you're going to be sick of it. Like, how much freaking broccoli can you eat?
Right.
I did eat a whole head of orange cauliflower the other day, though.
My stomach could not handle that. I would
Yeah,
love to be
so,
able to.
so I'm still working
You
on
have
it.
a good stomach.
Do I? I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
All right, so we good?
Good.
Any questions? Can I just throw out some easy like fiber add-ins, like stuff that's super easy that would actually not probably give you so much bloat, would actually help you on the reverse, would be like, and I've talked to you guys about this, I've sent messages in the portal, like chia seeds, flax seeds, hemp seeds. The benefits are endless. If you have them in your cabinet, teaspoon, count them though, because they do count. There's calories in them. Berries are amazing. Little berries at every meal, like blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. The more color it has, the better. Berries are so good, and berries are anti-inflammatory. So that's another good thing. If you are gonna pick vegetables, like so I eat berries every morning in my cottage cheese every day. I think they're so good, unless my son steals them on me because he's eating everything on me. But anyways, so like, and then like beans, lentils. Edamame is a rock star food, and I'm sure Lisa, you eat it, especially for vegans, but it's also great for us. Like I have a salad, I don't feel like eating meat, I don't feel like eating fish. I throw edamame. That container from Market Basket, I love. It's quick. You just pour it on.
What container is it? Are they like,
Who else got it with me? Was it Alicia?
Yeah.
Michelle?
So it's
So
like
the back of the store where sometimes there's vegan stuff back there, but like kind of where the tomatoes, well, I don't know what your store looks
right.
like actually, but Market Basket is in the back.
yeah, what
There's
sec,
like
where would be
lettuce
like a,
and mushrooms.
oh,
Yep.
okay.
Near the
It's
mushroom.
Yeah.
around there.
It's a
Yep.
round container.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's a lot of times it's near like the vegan sausages and stuff, not the frozen ones. They're more cooled. But they have a
Okay.
little container of ready to eat edamame.
Okay.
Oh my God, so good. But the frozen ones are great too, because you can just put them, I separate them in baggies. If I go to Trader Joe's, I'll get them. I bring them in the car with me. So if you don't want to eat an
That's
apple,
a good idea.
edamame in your car.
That's a great idea.
Nancy, I always have an apple in my car because it's always rolling around everywhere I go.
I love apples. I have an apple every day.
I know, I love them.
I love
Honeycrisp,
apples.
love them. So yeah, so those are just easy like ways to get it in there. Literally, like throwing beans, onion, lentils. Not a lot. You just have to a little bit here and there. All right, fat. So fat is huge. People always like, remember back in the 80s and 90s, everyone was like, I'm not going to eat fat. I'm going to get fat from eating fat. It's kind of the opposite because you're eating essential fats that are good fats that are really, really good for hormones production, cells. They also help you absorb vitamins, A, D, I think E and K, and I have to look that up. But fats slow your digestion, which also means like your meals last. Like so you don't crash as fast. Like you'll
Really?
stay fuller. Yes. So like if you don't have a lot of fats in your food, sometimes you feel like all of a sudden you're hungry again. So they'll actually keep you fuller. Um, and if you didn't know this, fats are really great too for brain. So maybe you guys don't need that help. I do because I'm losing it. So that's a huge bonus. But and then there's different types of fats. There's unsaturated fats, there's saturated fats and trans fat. We want to try to listen, I don't knock out everything, but you want to try to avoid your trans fats, which are obviously like your processed foods. Um, I don't know,
What
stuff
about saturated fat?
stuff that's fried, and stuff
Okay.
like that. Okay, that's your trans fat. Your saturated fats, you can eat them, but you just want to limit them, small amounts, like red meat. Some of you guys eat red meat,
Okay.
butter, cheeses, things like that. There's nothing wrong with eating them. You just want to eat them in moderation. You can overdo it, and they can be very, very dense and very high in calories. So you got to be careful of that. And then your healthier fats are like your olive oils, your avocado oils, and then kind of what we just talked about, your nuts and seeds. So you're getting your fat and your fiber in the nuts and seeds. Fatty fishes are really good unsaturated fat too. I think I know Alicia and a couple of you like salmon like me too. So that would be a good one. And if you didn't know if you look at your calories on your macros, let's just say your calories are 1500. Not all of you, it depends on your calories and goals and stuff like that. But approximately 30% of your calories are fat. So if you have 1500 calories allotted to you in your deficit, if you're in a deficit, not everybody is, 30% of that would be what, 450, right? Is that right? Do it. So 1500 calories, 30% is 450. Then we divide it by 9, and that's why you have 50 grams of fat to eat. Does that make sense? Because it should be about 30% of your calories. So that is why it's really important to eat those things, because you could be doing all the right things and eating your protein and be like, I am starving. Whoa, wait a minute, I'm starving, but I had 1800 calories. I had all this food. Why am I starving? Well, because I had a bottle of wine that was about 1,000 of my calories. I had 3 cookies that didn't have any fiber in them. Like none of those calories have fiber or really fats in them. So that can work in reverse for you. Or maybe you didn't have those things and and I've done it. Like, I'm like, how am I still starving? Like, because I ate empty calories. Or maybe you just had a salad with vinegar on it and a bunch of chicken and you never had your fats. And then all of a sudden you're like, why am I starving? Feel my blood sugar dropping or whatever. That happens to me, you guys. I'm not a diabetic, but I don't eat enough fats.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I'm not.
I've looked and I'm like definitely not eating 30%.
Yeah, so I don't either, and I'm really working on that every day, and I've been working on it for 10 years. I just need to work on it more. So I will get sometimes all of a sudden like my blood sugar will drop and I get like sweats. I'll get like the sweats. And I know it's because I ate a protein and I ate a carb and I didn't eat anything like quote unquote bad, but it's just I'm not balanced. So sometimes those things can happen, which is why I said it supports your blood sugar, which is your insulin. So I hope that's like basic enough, but explanatory enough, just to be motivating enough for you guys to start maybe looking at that. And I know like, we all have goals and it's like sometimes like, all right, this is the boring part. I just want to get to my goal. Let me just go run 25 miles and hit my protein. But it's nice to know why you're doing what you're doing and why you're feeling the way you're feeling. And then, and we're going to get to the week 2 where we get to like, okay, my scale's not moving. What am I going to do? And that We'll talk about that more next week and the week after, if we have to make adjustments to your macros or anything. If the scale is moving for you and you have been 100% consistent, we don't change your macros. If the scale is not moving for you and you've been 80% consistent, we do not change your macros. If the scale is not moving for you and you've been 100% consistent, we need to fix that. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Because I told you this before, the last thing you should ever want is your coach to be like, let's drop your calories. You're not doing you any favors by dropping your calories if you're not doing all the other things. Because I want you to get to your goals eating the most you can, because eventually you're going to go reverse back anyway. And I don't know if anybody wants to share any stories. I will. As soon as I get off my strict weeks, then all of a sudden I'm like, why am I putting weight back on? Because I stopped tracking. It's easier to put it back the other way, and it sucks to go backwards. Again, not perfection. But I want you guys to get to a point and be like, you know what? I feel like I'm at my goal. And then, okay, I feel like a little bit like I'm off track a little bit. I know what to do. I'm going to go right back and hit my macro numbers for 3 weeks, and I'm going to be right back on, and I'm going to feel great because I know what to do. And that is what I want you guys to be able to walk away with. You know what to do, and you can tell other people what to do if you want. Or don't tell them your secrets, just look good.
We're not sharing your secrets.
Not sharing your secrets, you guys all look good. Any questions for me? I hope, I just hope that you guys can learn from that, and I'm here for you. I mean, and get me while you can. Any questions at all? You guys are just so good. Where's Mary tonight?
I don't
Yeah, where'd
know.
Mary go?
She probably forgot.
I'll text her later.
I love Mary, but she
I love
probably
Mary.
forgot.
She's so
I
funny.
forgot. I'll send her the
We'll
notes.
give her crap tomorrow morning.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, she's so cute. Any questions, you guys?
Trying to
Anything I
think.
can help with this week? Anything you can think of? You guys are all doing your workouts, right? I know you guys, a lot of you feeling stronger, getting heavier with the weights. That's great. Use your spotters.
Oh, I know I had a question. So I see a lot about when like you watch trainers on Instagram and stuff like that. And their big thing is like not cutting your calories, that you have to eat all these things to build muscle and feed your body, right? But like what if now you're adding the heavier weights, right? Should you be adding a little bit more calories and a little bit more of your macros numbers? You know what I mean?
Are you working
To
out?
build that muscle because you want to build it, support it. Does that make sense?
Possibly. That's a very good question. Are you working out more often than your macros that I gave you?
Probably. It just changed it. I changed it so I'm doing more weights. Yeah, a little bit more.
More weights or heavier
Yeah.
weights? Progressive overload.
Both.
And more weights. So how many days
Yeah.
were you doing?
Of weights am I doing?
Yep. Were you doing when I did your macros?
Oh gosh, probably only 2 or 3,
And now
maybe 2,
and now
like
you're doing how
4.
many? 4
4, 5,
consistently?
at least 4.
4 consistently. So yeah,
Yeah,
we
4 a
should.
week. Yeah.
So we might want to look at your macros a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd like to see how you do this week.
Okay.
7.
Yeah, I have to work on some things.
7 days. Yes.
Yeah.
And then we should revisit that for sure. And that goes for all of you, okay? And like I said, next week's like halfway, so we will be looking at that anyways. But again, if they're working, I don't think it's the time to switch them because they're working. And if they're working, I'm not cutting. If anything, we'll be going the other way. If someone's already reached their goal, we will be reversing. And you can still lose weight in a reverse because you're still at a calorie deficit for, a couple months. So,
Next week, you'll talk about what a reverse is, how that works.
that on our agenda next week? I don't know. I'll look. We're
That was
definitely
that
going to
what you're
talk.
saying?
Definitely,
Okay.
definitely one of the weeks. Absolutely. It's super important. I would definitely want you guys to know what that is.
Okay.
Yep. It's actually one of my favorites because I feel like that is the one piece that most people do. They get to their goal and then they walk away and be like, I look amazing. I feel amazing. I'm good, which is terrific. But again, you don't want to keep going backwards. I want you to be able to say, okay, I can catch myself. And girls, that doesn't mean, I know you guys all know this, like it doesn't mean I want you to go on vacation and be like, I can only eat lettuce this week. No. It was on my thing that I posted today. I don't go on vacation anymore. I'm not going to overdo it, but I'm not going to go there and not. I'm going away this weekend, thank God. And I'm not going to sit there with my husband and be like, I'm not doing anything. Like, I'm not, it's my vacation. You guys all work super hard, but it has to be just that, a vacation. Every weekend can't be a vacation.
Right.
You know what I
My
mean?
thing is controlling it. So I'm better just for me. I know if I stay in line and I track no matter what, even if I'm on vacation, I can make some slips here and there, not
Yeah.
slips, but exceptions, I should say,
Yeah,
right?
whatever works for
But
you guys.
if I don't, then I know that I'm happy, I'm on vacation, I'm sipping a drink, I'm having my water, everything's great, and I'm just picking away and not keeping track. So for me, that's my downfall. It's easier for me to stay a little more structured because I can't control it if I don't.
I think for what a glorious day it is when you guys can get to where you want to be and you can do something on the weekend and then get to Monday and go, oh, yeah. So like I got to get back on track this week. No problem. I'm just going to get back on track this week. I'm not going to beat myself up for being human and having a really good weekend. And I didn't overdo it, but and stop beating myself
That's the
up.
difference,
And there's a
is
difference about
overdoing
that.
it.
And listen, it took me 45 years to get there. So it's not,
Yeah.
I'm certainly not in any different boat, but I am there. And I feel like you guys, that's the best feeling to be because you work hard every day. Like I'll just use Nancy as an example since she's off mute too, but like she works out. I see her working. I see the weight she's lifting. I see the way she's changing. Like Nancy, I want you to be able to like you went with your girlfriends a couple weekends ago. Let's just say that was in 6 months from now. You're where you want to be. You're not going to go away and be like, I can't enjoy anything. Sorry, girls. I'm just going to sit in the hotel room, or doesn't mean it has to be your thing, right? Like whether it's a dessert or a drink or whatever it is, right? It doesn't mean you have to overdo it. But then Monday be like, oh, I wish I didn't have that drink and that dessert. And no. No. I mean, you want to be able to curb it on general weekends and make sure you're not overdoing it every weekend because it will catch up to you.
Mhm.
But I want you guys to be in a place where you can just say, I'm really proud of myself. I've had great, I'm doing great, I'm on track, and I know what to do. Monday, I know what to do. I'm going to go right back at it because I'm awesome and I'm going to do it.
That's what I did Saturday.
You did, Betty? Yeah, you said
When I
that.
didn't
Yeah.
track anything Saturday and I worked out for 2 hours and the food I ate wasn't great, but I didn't like stuff myself. I just ate a meal that wasn't great.
Yep. And Patty, I mean, I hope you don't mind me sharing, but Patty's pretty much at her goal weight.
That's
She's
amazing.
now building muscle,
Awesome.
right? So
Right.
that's what she did. And then when Monday morning comes, you're like, I just need to get back on track. Or Sunday morning. It doesn't have to be Monday either, guys. It doesn't have to
Right.
be 3 days later either. But be kind to yourself too. Sometimes it can work for the better if you're a little more kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up and then let it go another 3 days. Hey, so what? Whatever. I'm gonna keep going. But I think you're doing amazing, really. If you feel like you need another check, send me a message. Let me know if I can help you. Most of you are right on it. So utilize me if you have any questions, send them to me. I'll send you guys a copy of this and plan on seeing you guys next week.
Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You
Thank
guys
you.
are awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.